with you today. So I'm back for another crack at the ABC April 2025 collab hosted by Margaret and Tony. Their links will be in the description box below and you can find out all the information about it from their channels and also download the calendar and the prompts list from their Ko-fi sites. So today's Thursday the 17th of April and our letter is O. The ladies have given us some prompts: one page wonder, over the page oxides and organiser, and I'm going to share some of my organising things today. I've had a few people ask about different parts and I thought what a great way to be able to participate in the challenge and also answer those questions. But perhaps the word I should have chosen was obstacle, because it looks like we're going to be crafting, or not crafting, but sharing the video space with Willow here. The first thing that I would like to share are these containers. Now, I've had several people ask me about these containers. I don't know if these are available worldwide. I'm sure they would be. Do you remember the peel-off stickers that were this size? They're DL size and they're like gold. They're usually words or sometimes they're fine lines, and they would say like Merry Christmas and that sort of thing. So these are actually peel-off sticker containers. So I'm not sure if you can Google them in your neck of the woods and find them under that name. We do have some of these in the shop, although I'm very reluctant to sell them because I don't have a great deal and I absolutely love them for my organisation. Things that I love about them are the lids do not clip on, they just sit on the top, so it makes it very easy to open. And because the top lid is quite deep, I can really fill this up, and because I just use a rubber band to keep it closed, I could stack quite a bit extra in here and just use the rubber band to keep it closed before the container becomes too full. The other thing that I like about these containers is they stack really nicely on a shelf. I actually need to go and put labels on all of these because I've got quite a few now. It would be a lot more easy to get at what I want if they were labelled, so I'm going to do that. But these are probably my favourite thing for organising at the moment. I do all my fussy cutting and I put them in the containers, and they're just easy to grab and I can craft with those. Now, having said that, I actually also really like trays. Now, this is one that I laser cut quite a while ago that's just got little components in it, and whilst I love this, oops, there she goes. Oh, thanks, Willow. Now I've got a bit of extra room. Whilst I do love this concept of having little tiny compartments, I actually prefer this method here. Just grabbing another one. Now, this is great for just storing little things and you can grab what you need. It's all in one tray. It's a shallow tray that'll fit usually in a drawer. I don't have a lid on mine, but you could have a lid on it. I've seen plastic ones from Kmart or those sort of places that are like a little tool compartment, and I love them. I think they work great, but I love these even more because this is just a lid. I think it was either off a shoe box or some other kind of box, and I use these lids all the time. I think I actually got these from Micador if you're in Australia. They were like boxes. I use the boxes for one kind of storage and I use the lid for something else. I've actually also got these little tiny, they were supposed to be gift boxes, and I can just pop them in here and just have what I want available to me. Because these are easy to take in and out, if I know I'm not wanting these but I would like something else, I can swap them in and out, and then I just need to have one box on my desk at a time instead of 27 different boxes. Same with this one. I've just got a larger lid here. I have some of these larger containers which are great if I've got long fussy cuts, or this has just got random jewellery bits in. And these were I don't have any available to show you unmade up, but these just came flat packed. I think they're like sometimes if you go to a bakery and you order a few different pies or cakes or whatever, they'll actually make up a little takeaway box and pop the cakes in rather than just giving it to you in a paper bag. I think that's what these were originally. And you can just assemble them and then have them filled up with your bits and pieces. Now, the only thing that I don't like about having this one in my tray is I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to show you, but this is ever so slightly too tall on the tray. So if I was going to stack up multiple trays on top of each other, this wouldn't allow it to sit flat. Whereas if I just had this size, I can stack everything and it sits flat. I can have, 6 or 8 or 10 tall. Now, if you don't have access to finding these gift boxes or these bakery trays, Renee actually has an amazing organisation video on our channel. I will ask her to pop in a snippet of it here and link it in the description box below, where she has a box and she has custom made little cardboard boxes to house the things that she wanted perfectly to their size. So if she had little labels or long skinny bits, if you have the time and patience to make up these little boxes or you can't find these anywhere, that would be a brilliant way to stash all of these little bits and pieces. So I've had a lot of people ask about my stamp storage, which again, it's just one of these lids off the boxes, and I like them because I can stack them on top of each other and carry them around, but I actually have a separate storage area that I will also show you in this video. But I have a lot of people ask me about the acrylic blocks that I have my stamps on. Now, I have a laser cutter, so I have the luxury of being able to cut things to a precise size. So I can measure my little stamp and say, okay, I need this 1 by 2 centimetres or whatever size it is. Now, I know not everybody has that luxury, but what you can do is I source my acrylic from manufacturers that make like acrylic signs and things like that. They often have in their showrooms an area where they sell off-cut pieces of this acrylic quite cheap. If you don't have access to a laser cutter, you can still cut this product with like a hacksaw or that sort of thing. It will just mean that when you're done cutting it, you'll need to sand the edges so they're really nice and smooth. You don't want any sort of rough, jaggedy bits on there. It would be a time-consuming process, but I absolutely love having my stamps on blocks ready to go when I want them, instead of having to pick out the stamp, find a block, put it on, make sure it's straight, blah blah blah. Being able to just grab and go is it's probably my most favourite used craft supply. Now, the other thing I like about having the stamps already on the blocks is over time, even high quality stamps will perish. It's unless you condition your stamps regularly and you make sure that they don't get to the UV light, blah, blah, blah. Over time, they will perish. That's just how it is. If you are taking stamps on and off blocks constantly, you're sort of stretching that rubber or silicone constantly, and I have actually had stamps tear on me in the past when I've had to remove them from their backing and the block and then put them back on and off. You can still use them, of course, if they tear a little bit, it doesn't matter, but this eliminates that for me. Now, I have these all stored, or I don't have all of my stamp sets on these blocks, just ones that I use quite frequently. And I have created a little storage cabinet, which I will insert a photo of just here. If you have around your location, you might need to Google it, like a resource rescue centre or maybe a timber supply place, something like that, where they sell offcuts of timber. You can pick up MDF or chipboard or some other kind of smallish pieces of wood very cheaply. I was able to get some pieces of 6mm thick MDF board, which I used to create the shelves. And making the shelves was quite easy. So I basically just drilled a hole in each corner of my wood. So let's just take a piece of paper. We'll use a calendar. And I came in about 1 centimetre from each corner and drilled a hole. Now, the reason you need to be about 1 centimetre away is because if it's too close to the edge, it will break away from the MDF will break away, and then you won't have anything to support your shelf with. So about 1 centimetre, and the hole needs to be the thickness of your threaded rod. So the long, thin metal that looks like a screw is called a threaded rod. And you can get these in different thicknesses and different lengths from your hardware store. And then you just need to get the bolts that match the size of your threaded rod. So if your threaded rod is an 8mm, or I don't know what that would be in inches, but let's just say it's 1/8 of an inch. you need to make sure that your bolts fit onto that rod. It's very simple to make. After you've drilled the holes, and you do this on every shelf that you've got, you insert the rod through one shelf and you put a nut on the bottom of the shelf, and then you will pop another nut on the top. And then you just add as many shelves as you like, making sure you sandwich one shelf between two nuts as you go. You can use a level to help make sure your shelves are level. And then you can slide very thin items, like I've popped in my trays with all my stamps and things in, but you could use it for papers, envelopes, anything thin. You can make the gaps much higher if you like and use bigger things. It's just a way of having a custom shelf without having to go to the expense of paying someone to build you a custom shelf. So I really like that for my stamp organisation. I can have it right next to my desk, and one day if I decide I don't want to have the thin shelves anymore, I can easily adjust the nuts and move the shelves up or down and create a different sized shelf. So there we go. Those are my most favourite organisation things that I use on a daily basis in my crafting space. I really do highly recommend you watch Renee's video. It's awesome for making a custom sort of ephemera box to hold all your bits and pieces. And there's nothing more satisfying than sitting down with all of your bits and pieces out in front of you, and you can easily just grab what you would like on your project rather than have to go searching for something every time and then cutting it out, and it slows down the whole process. So I really love having this sort of organisation available to me when I'm crafting. So I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'll see you again next time. Bye.